Taking a look at crude oil, we have crude oil trading went up a little bit today, found resistance at the 200 moving average and the downtrend line, 200 moving average roughly, this blue line right here. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by XNS, the world's largest retail broker offering ultra-fast execution with no overnight fees. Find a link in the description below. This is Bruce for FXEmpire, taking a look at the daily chart for crude oil. So let's just step back a second and take a look at what is going on with crude. So we have a couple things happening. Number one, we're in a large symmetrical triangle pattern with the bottom boundary on this line and the top boundary on this top line right here. Once we hit the bottom line, there's a chance that we go all the way up to test eventually the top line as resistance with the potential breakthrough through the top. You can see how this lower line has 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on it. It's a pretty serious line, pretty solid line. It also has some significance. So where does that leave us? It leaves crude inside another symmetrical triangle that is developing with this downtrend line. And you can see how we have a lower swing high, lower daily high, etc. I wouldn't be surprised to see a test of this lower line again, and this zone right here, this previous swing low more recently at 72.71. So that leaves us with 72.71 is below there is a bearish signal confirmed on a drop below this previous swing low at 72.24. If that happens, that is a bearish signal out of the symmetrical triangle pattern. If it follows through, then we could see a pretty good drop. Alternatively, a break of this top line here will have crude rising to eventually likely test resistance around this top trend line. You can see how the 78.6% retracement of this downswing completes right around where that trend line is. And of course, it's going to depend on when price might approach it, but it is giving one specific price to use as a proxy for the line. Of course, the price represented by the line is going to vary depending on what day that is hit. Now, having said that, a breakdown is more significant than a breakup because a breakup keeps crude inside this larger symmetrical triangle, while the breakdown takes it out of the symmetrical triangle. But if we take a step back and look at the monthly chart, which I've talked a little bit about before, and I know it's kind of crowded, but just look at what I'm referring to. You can see how this orange 50-month moving average, since the beginning of the lower boundary line of the triangle in May 2023, the 50-month moving average has done a really good job at defining support of this large symmetrical triangle pattern. And you can see how there hasn't been 1 month where crude closed before the 50 moving average. This leads me to believe that this is a significant support level on the monthly pattern. But look at this. If we back up and we go to the downtrend line, you can see how a breakout of the downtrend line occurred. The first test of support was this May 2023. And since then, crude has rallied away from the downtrend line. So the symmetrical triangle in a larger bullish pattern is occurring above significant support of the long-term downtrend line and above the 50-month moving average. That leads me to believe that it seems like there might be a better chance of breaking out to the upside than the downside. But either way, we'll let the market tell us what it wants to do by which way it starts to head. That is it for crude oil traders. Have a great Friday.